53 years old. That's old. That's how old I am. I'm making this video for the younger crowd, men and women, asking themselves the age of 18, 16, 20, 30, 40. That question. Because it took me almost at this age to somewhat figure it out. And I wish when I was at your age, I had somebody like YouTube because when they say, or somebody asks, or you ask, have you had it figured out? What do you mean by figure it out? This age, 53, I've not figured all of it. You could say I've been around the block. And being here was not easy. Looking back all these years, I did lots of mistakes, lots of wrong decisions. And at that time, looking back, I could say, I wish I knew better, or foolishly inexperienced to say, I know. What life would give you is lessons. When you make decisions that's not for you, life will teach you lesson. One thing that stuck with me is a mentor that taught me about the letters OPE. OPE. Other people's experience. And that's what I'm sharing today. To you, I'm the other people in my experience. And hopefully, if you're watching this, if at least one soul out there would get something out of this, it's worth for me to post. When I mention about decisions, we all have decisions. Looking back, and we'd wish that we went the other way or waited, be more patient, not be harsh, and be run by our emotions. But life teaches you. And you come to a certain age, you come to acceptance. Acceptance in the sense that whether it's forgiveness, whether it's letting go, or just being at peace. At 53, you learn that it's not about what others look at you or the rat race. It's not about the stature. It's not about the fancy cars, the big house, or the people you chase. At 53, you learn that the person in front of the mirror is the person you have to be at peace, be honest, and listen and embrace. Why? What you say? What about listening? When we're young, we get influence. We get influence a lot of our society, even our parents, our siblings, our friends, and it molds us. When you're at the age 20s, teens, you tend to get carried, swayed by the people around you. Whether you're in a band or group of friends that share the same interests. But at that age, you never really look at yourself in the mirror and really listen to that inner voice. That inner voice, very few of us really listen to. And it's the hardest voice. We as a society, we like to distract ourselves. Distract ourselves with this, television, news, political views, religion, friends, family. But at the end of the day, when you're in your bed, how many times you recall talking to yourself and asking the questions, the important questions. This, to me, is the greatest thing to conquer. we have fellow human beings that are broken through trauma passed by generations, and these levels of trauma obviously are all from, I could say, minimum to point where a person's soul is lost in the trauma. For a couple of years, I danced between wanting to do this video, not because to grab anything from you, my fellow human being, but to basically share what I've gone through. Know that there's a lot of other men and women out there in their 80s, 50s, 60s, airing the same thing. And at 53, people might say, you're still young. I can say at 53, I've gone through a lot. Gone through divorce, losing children. When I say losing children, alienation, losing my two beloved parents at an early age, and always thinking I had more time. We as human beings think we always have time. But time is something that you can't control. I find it lucky for people who know when it's their time, because at least they have that choice to make most of that time. Knowing when you're going to go and not knowing, most of us are in the category of not knowing. And we always think that's, I have time for that tomorrow. I have time to visit mom tomorrow. Give her a call. Spend that time with dad. We chase the dollar. We chase all this material stuff that society basically has molded us, that we think it's what's important. And life will humble you. When you're young, you think you're invincible. You think you could do anything. Yes, if you put your heart and mind, you can. But like anything, it changes. What you might dream when you were in your 20s, might not be that important anymore when you're 40s. And then you ask yourself, why have I chased that? Or I spent so much time on that? Then you realize that it's not that important. But nobody, not me, not your parents, not your priests, not your significant other. It's you, your inner voice. So you're watching this, maybe looking for answers. I'm making this video for you to see my side in what I realized for the 53 years that I've been here. The one thing that you can take out of this video is that inner voice. That voice that talks to you in the dead of the night, or you feel regret or immense joy telling you that satisfaction. Not your friends, not your siblings, not your mom. The love of a parent is pure. Be grateful, because you chose them. Your voice is your soul. That inner voice is your soul. You can call it your conscience. I call it my soul, because this body here, I realize, even at 53, and a lot of people older, 88, 90, in YouTube and everywhere else, all those motivational speakers, one thing I notice is that soul, that voice, is like your inner child. When you're in your 10s, 15s, 20s, and you recall talking to that voice, it seems like an innocent child. And I still have that feeling. Especially when some event in my life happens. That is a moment of joy. A time when you first lay eye on your child's eyes. That voice, that pure joy talking to you. It's the same voice when you're young, in your 50s, and I bet you in your 80s. If anything you want to take from this video, is the voice. I'm here to tell you to listen to your voice. We've been calling it listen to your gut, listen to your conscience, your chakra, different names, but it's still the same singularity, which is your soul. Your voice, your inner voice is your soul. When we go, that is what's left. This body will get old, frail, weak, sick. But that young inner voice in your deathbed, in your 90s, 60s, is still the same childlike voice telling you, asking you, talking to you, did we do it right? Is this what we want? All those questions, all those answers, all those pat in the back, it's what's really satisfying. Of course, a mother's hug and father's hug and pat is the same. For those who have good parents, and for those who have parents that are lost, forgive them. Because they gave you life. And that life is for you to make whatever you want with that life. At this age, I know people who are in their 80s and have not forgave their parents. And then there's younger ones that have gone through more trauma but have learned in order to move on, have forgave parents, siblings, because we're just here to learn. I know it's very general. This is just an introduction of me opening up to you young folks, and hopefully get something out of it. I will make more videos and hopefully it resonates. Whether it's just one or more, it's enough. And just even just even telling it out there, being brave enough to be open, because it is a crazy world, and if you're not grounded, you're not awake. Because I could say it's been a couple of years that I'm feeling I'm awake compared to the other years where I was asleep, blind, just going through the paces of what this society wants us to be, what they want us to be, not what we want, what that inner voice wants. And that is the key. Listen to your inner voice. That is the takeaway. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror and listen. It won't veer you in the wrong direction. It might be hard, but it's always the right thing. At the end of the day, when everybody is gone, you are left with that inner voice. Listen. That's it for now. And thank you.